this thing out. Lakers have led by 10 or more points in the 150 playoff games. They've won 141 of them. That's 94%. We did the math, so you don't have to. Austin Reeves had 11 points, and we didn't want to go back to Memphis. Jack Nicholson in attendance in L.A. for the first time since the season opener in 2021. Kind of a throwback vibe. We got more on that in a moment. Reeves recreating his move with LeBron James. D'Angelo from distance, 5 of 9 from 3, 1 points as the Lakers were up 31. And then it's Davis throwing it down on the block Panther. Jaren Jackson Jr. getting the business end of that. Davis and the Lakers moving on. They win by 40. Dave McMenamin, more from L.A.
With Jack Nicholson courtside and a full-throated crowd cheering on the purple and gold in a playoff game, Friday night in Los Angeles had a throwback type of feel. And the Lakers closed out the Grizzlies, led once again by LeBron James, who had a throwback type of night.
Schroeder to LeBron, LeBron to the rim, reverse dunk!
The same guy who Memphis's muckraker, Dylan Brooks, called old after Game 2 and said he wouldn't respect until he, quote, gives him 40, fueled the Lakers in their 40-point win to close out these. The 40th playoff series LeBron's teams have won in his career.
I mean, the fast break reverse dunk I was right there. And I thought we were just going to do a regular, dunk, and he did that. And I was like, damn.
Seeing James fly up and down the court against a youthful Grizzlies group, you wouldn't know he was 38 and in his 20th season.
He honestly seems about 18. He acts like he's 18. He's very childish in a great way. Some days I sit back and think about how crazy it is, how long he's been doing this, but how youthful he is at the same time.
I asked LeBron after the game how basketball keeps him young, and he told me that not only his 20-something teammates do, but his teenage sons who hoop do too. Hours before tip-off on Friday, he streamed a feed of his 15-year-old son Bryce playing in AAU. Seeing him kind of inspired me, LeBron told me. It kept me young tonight.
Forever young with our basketball analyst Corey Alexander with us on SportsCenter AM. Corey, what stood out to you the most about the way the Lakers closed out the Grizzlies?
Well, in contrast to Dave's piece, of course, LeBron was great, but it really was Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis set the tone for this team defensively in Game 1, and he continued it all the way through Game 6. 26 block shots for Anthony Davis throughout this series. And not only on the offensive end, but defensively as well. He was the guy for the Lakers throughout this entire series. And when you think about Anthony Davis, he allowed the Memphis Grizzlies to have to think twice about him every time they went to the basket and made sure they knew where he was at all times. And that's the reason why the Lakers were successful, is because of their defense and because of AD.
AD, a huge part of that. For the series, the Grizzlies shot 26% when Anthony Davis contested their fit tight. There's another Game 6 out west.
You don't get this done tonight. You going home. You going home. You gonna be the only difference between you and the Clippers is that they took an extra week early. That's it. That's it. You got to get this done tonight because they ain't beating Memphis in Game 7. That's what I believe.
And what makes you believe that, and why do you believe that? Think about this for a second.
Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, their pace of play, the way they coming at them. I mean, that's why I believe that.
Well, first of all, listen to this. Who won Game 1, okay? The Lakers. Okay. And they won in Memphis, okay? And don't give me Ja.
You think they're going to win 2 games in Memphis?
But I believe that they can, and I won't doubt LeBron James and Anthony Davis against the Memphis Grizzlies. I think Ja Morant and Desmond Bain was spectacular in Game 5. I believe they were. But when you're talking about going into a Game 7, and we're talking about one of the best guys who have been in those moments in LeBron James, I like my chances, okay? That's the first thing to that. So I'm not riding with you on that one.
Well, we disagree. All right, go ahead.
Here's another thing I'm not riding with you on. It is not the end of the era if they lose tonight or lose this series as far as LeBron James era in L.A. You know why? Because D'Angelo Russell has been wanting what? A contract extension.
Okay.
Has the Los Angeles Lakers given him one?
Not yet.
No, not yet. No, they're not. Because they're going to wait to see how things play out. You know why they're waiting to see how things play out?
Kyrie.
Because Okay, my point exactly. So you mean to tell me if things don't go well for the Los Angeles Lakers and D'Angelo Russell don't elevate his game and you have a chance to get a Kyrie Irving and pair him along with Anthony Davis, you still going to be saying that it's over with?
I might. First of all, for a couple of, I might. You asked me, was it a rhetorical question or were you really asking me a question? Because I got an answer.
Well, give me an answer.
Okay. The point is, I said might because we no shade on Kyrie, who, by the way, I agreed with the other day when he said had he not gotten hurt in that Milwaukee series, Brooklyn probably would have won it all. I agree with Kyrie Irving on that. He wasn't lying. But in the same breath, first of all, we all know there's always something that comes up. Number one. Number two, Anthony Davis would be a year older, a little bit more attrition hitting that body. That's a question mark. Number three, LeBron James will be approaching 40. We have to take that into consideration. And if, this is where it's all attached. If you were to lose and be incapable, if you were to be incapable of closing out the series, because in order to lose this series, you will have had to have lost games 5, 6, and 7. That's never happened to LeBron James, like I just highlighted for you. The man is never up 2 games in any series. He's never lost the series. So if he did that, that would also be indicative of something that's never happened before that happened now. So why would I believe in next year if you can't get it done now with this series? That's the reason I can answer that question for you.
Well, first of all, they're going to get it done. They're going to win tonight, and I'm talking about the Lakers. But yes. let me squash this too because I don't know if you said it, but I just been hearing about it the travel down to Memphis and things to that nature, and it could take a toll on LeBron and the Lakers. Let me take y'all into the private jet life of the NBA, okay? You're going to get on the plane, and you're going to get in those big, soft, comfortable seats. And I just remember it like it was yesterday. Lady, Mr. Perkins, are you dining with us today? Oh, yes, ma'am. What are we having? Oh, you can have the salmon, asparagus, and rice. Look, do you got the chocolate chip cookies today?
Everything.
Give me 5. I'm taking 5. Oh, nah, mash the pot. This is the same conversation while I'm talking about the card table while I'm sitting up there ordering the food. Then all of a sudden, hey, Mr. Perkins, how many ice bags you need? Oh, I need 2. You want the stem unit as well? Yeah, let me get the stem unit. All right, then come to the back. I got the laser treatment. We go do that. You're getting pampered on the plane, okay? It's not your ordinary plane ride when you're talking about 3.5 hours down to Memphis, all right? That's number one. Number two, I strongly believe that when I look at the Memphis Grizzlies, Xavier Tillman, right? I think the Los Angeles Lakers are going to put more of an emphasis on him in particular and put him more in the scouting report because they have been disrespecting him and what he's been doing. He's been actually doing everything and more inside the paint and taking up for them being that missing piece for us them missing Steven Adams and Brandon Clark. I think they're going to put an emphasis on him. They're going to shut him down tonight. The Lakers will win this game tonight. But don't come giving me nothing about the travel. The travel is great.
First of all, I believe the Lakers are going to win tonight, too. They better. That's the difference between me and you. I'm saying they better because they ain't winning Game 7. That's number 2. That's number 1. Number 2, I appreciate that soliloquy that you brought up about the private jets. I'm very, very proud of the fact that you actually said what you wanted to order instead of telling them everything and not leaving anything else for anybody else to eat. So I'm very proud of you. That's
5
a big
cookies.
deal for you. Okay, but you talked about the ice pack, the laser treatment, the stem treatment. You talk about all of these things, right?
Yeah.
Kendrick Perkins, let me say this to you. Is it that I believe that they travel like that all the time during the season? Stay with me on this number. Since 2018, Anthony Davis, 56 games played, 62 games played, 36 games played, 40 games played. This year, 56 games played. So Kendrick Perkins, with everything that you're saying, dude shouldn't be missing action. But that certainly hasn't been the case with him. So all I'm trying to say to you is when I didn't bring up travel about LeBron James, I said if there's somebody that don't need to be taking an extra flight